everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be focusing on products that need a little bit more love in my collection because I'm feeling a little bit overloaded with new releases right now, and I'll talk a little bit about that while I get into this look. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. Okay, so first things first, as per usual, skincare, sunscreen, brows, and I've primed my eyes with the Ulta Matte Eye Primer. So let's get into what I'm going to use today. Today I am going to go back to a winter classic. It is cold today, it is fall, but it is cold today. It's been raining for the past 2 days straight and I'm freezing. So I'm gonna go into my Byredo. This is the 5 Couleurs, and this is Metal Boots in the Snow. It is this really classic, to me, color story. It is khaki and blue and just beautiful decayed wintry shades. So I'm going to use this today. I also think it's a beautiful fall color story. I don't use the glitter here. This is just a loose, well, it's not even a loose glitter, it's a sticky glitter. I'm not going to use that, but so essentially it's a quad. And on top of the eye primer, I'm going to be using the Mercier Caviar eye stick in Nude Rose, just to give a little bit more shimmer and base to these shadows. Normally I don't use a primer underneath of this, but I have noticed that the shadows seem to crease much less when I do use this primer. And this is one of my favorite under eye primer, or not under eye primers, but eye primers. And I'm almost out and I do need to get a new one. And it is only $12 from Ulta, so that's a win for me. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Ground Frost here. It's the deeper khaki green on the palette, and I'm just using one of the little brushes that I got with the Guerlain Holiday quad because I didn't use that for that quad. So I am really happy with the Guerlain Holiday collection that I recently picked up. I'm really happy with the video that I did about it. I am just a little bit satisfied with that collection right now, and I'm not quite ready to move on to buying a bunch of other things. And it's been a little bit exhausting with the pace of not just the new releases, but when you scroll through your YouTube feed, at least my subscription feed, because of the people that I am subscribed to, and this is, again, this is on me. I'm not yelling at anybody, I'm not mad at anybody, but scrolling through my subscription feed, you also get not just the videos, but you get the posts. So the community posts come up, and you know, this doesn't come up when you watch it on TV, this doesn't come up when you use your iPad app, it just comes up when you use, you know, the YouTube app on your phone. And I find sometimes that those community posts are very helpful because they will let you know when things are released, which is awesome because I can't always rely on Instagram or brand pages, or, you know, there's just, it's kind of the easiest way for me to figure out if a product's been released. But I also find it a bit tiresome at times like this when a lot of things get released, because I watch a lot of the same content, people producing the same content, and all of them post links and all of them post affiliate links, and it's all full of like, available now, go get it, run, you know, like, and not literally is it run, but a lot of it seems that way. And when you're getting 5 people posting that the Chanel collection is online, and then because you're subscribed to these people, other people will also pop up like on your regular, you know, scrolling page, and like all those people are posting links about the holiday sets are here, go now. And it's just a lot, and I kind of tend to just shut down because there's just too much information coming at me. I do have a sales associate that I can buy from and that I can contact when I need these things. Need them, but I don't need them, but you know what I mean. But I'm just tired of racing everyone to get to the same website to purchase the same thing, to then wait for it to come, to then unpack it, to then do a video on it, to then not look at it for a while. And I just find this cycle a bit exhausting. And I've talked about this before. It is on me. I watch too much YouTube. I'm going into this pretty shade right here called Hourglass. This is a gorgeous shade. Just putting that on the main part of the lid. So again, this is on me because I watch too much YouTube, I buy too much stuff, I like to shop, but I'm just at a point right now where I am feeling really content with the holiday collection that I picked up from Guerlain, and I don't really need anything else right now. I've barely gotten to get into the Chanel fall collection, which that and the Byzance collection were amazing collections and well worth more of my time. And I don't need to be skipping over that to go get the next 5-pan or highlighter or lipstick or whatever. So I have opted out. I have chosen, I've been to the website, I've seen the link to the, you know, the highlighter, the double highlighter they have there, and I have just let it go. And I haven't even looked again to see, I know it's sold out on a couple of websites. I don't know if it's sold out on Chanel yet, but I have just opted out at this moment. And would it be a beautiful thing to have in my collection? Absolutely. It's kind of the only thing from that collection I really, really want. But I've also seen videos where it looks very glittery. I know it's not necessarily going to be something that I'm going to wear because I don't wear a lot of highlighter recently. And I'm going to go into the beautiful blue shade here called Boucle, and I'm going to use this liner. I'm going to at some point regret maybe not having it in my collection, but also I worry that I'm just gonna get it and I'm either not gonna use it because I'm afraid that, you know, the beautiful embossing is just gonna wipe away, and I'm not gonna like the highlighter color. It's gonna be too sparkly, it's gonna be not the right tone, it's gonna not work with the other makeup I bought, and then it's just gonna sit there in a pile with a bunch of other Chanel compacts. And I have a lot of stuff from Chanel. I recently spent a good portion a good portion of my money at and on Chanel. And I'm talking, I bought a bag, I bought a belt, and I bought a pair of shoes. None of those things were very cheap. None of them were on sale. And I feel like it doesn't make me a bad Chanel customer to not be excited about the holiday release. I think that's okay. And so I'm just opting out for now. Now, if I get the bug and it's still in stock, or if or if the SA that I purchased from contacts me letting me know that her boutique got it in, I might pick something up. This is not a say never situation. But for now, I'm okay with letting it go. I don't know. I feel like everyone goes through that phase with makeup. I have been really obsessed with certain brands. I've been really obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. I've been really obsessed with blushes. I've been really obsessed with indies or drugstore or luxury. And you're a human being and it just ebbs and flows. And sometimes you just are kind of done with it. Now, my love for Chanel has been long-standing, and, you know, it's come and gone, and maybe it's just kind of, I'm just moving into a new phase where I'm more into like bags and shoes and accessories, because I can now afford those things as a person at my age with a certain income, and also the ability to take care of those things and to use them. I've decided it's okay if I'm a little out of love with new makeup collections right now. And it's okay if I don't have 5 packages on the way to me. It's okay if I don't have something new to open. That's okay. I can go back to this. Now, another reason that I went back to this is because I saw that Byredo did put out another 5-pan, and when I looked at that, it looked almost exactly like the Chanel release. I know they're not the same, but that quint would actually be the one that I would pick up instead of the Chanel one, and I just don't need another $75 Byredo eyeshadow palette right now, especially because they didn't really do, it's this same packaging, so this is a beautiful packaging, but I have it and I don't really need another one. I might ask for it for Christmas, but I don't think I'm gonna pick it up right now. Like a copper and silver and, you know, smoky look, and I think it's perfect for the type of makeup that I do right now, because I do love all those sort of mixed metals tones. I'm gonna go in with Strap, which is the lighter duochromy green shade, which is actually more, it's like a mix of a brown and a green. It's just so beautiful. It's beautiful duochrome. I'm gonna put that under the eye for a little bit of light, because this is the way makeup goes. It just goes so fast. Something is introduced and 2 weeks later or a week later, you're on to the next thing. So I really would love to get that Byredo palette. I'm not going to run out to get it, but I would love to try it. I know some people don't like the quints. They prefer the bigger palettes, the formulas in those. I think it really varies from quint to quint, which ones are good and which ones aren't. And again, you always get, like, for some reason, you always get a glitter in there, which I don't use. I'm going to hold off on that. My voice, I've had allergies, really bad allergies, so everything is just sitting in the back of my throat right now. So that's why my voice is hoarse. I'm not sick, I'm just sinusy. But yeah, and recently, in addition to the Byredo palette, the Beauty and the Beast collection is coming out from Sigma. I always usually pick up the Disney palette from that collection. Again, I kind of want to wait. Usually that's a purchase that, like, first day I'm on it, I'm picking it up, I'm getting it right away. But I don't really want to right now. I don't want to race other people to get it before it sells out. I want to wait, maybe ask for it for Christmas, and just let it come into my collection as it needs to come into my collection. I think it's beautiful. The packaging, obviously, it's a pretty neutral color story, which again, it's not like, there's no like huge, like, there's no shade in there that's like super calling me, except that I always get those palettes and I want to keep the collection going. So the completist in me really wants it, but the more like exhausted side of me says I can wait. So I'm waiting. So I went off camera and did my base. So for my foundation, I am using just a mix of things in my collection that I'm trying to use up. So it's not gonna be super helpful to you to know what it is, but this is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer that I have under my eyes, and I do have the Noir Allure Mascara from Chanel on my lashes. And I'm going to go in with my Guerlain bronzing powder in Golden Leopard. And I've really been enjoying this powder since I bought it. Again, the gold overspray is completely gone, so it's just the 2 colors. But I think it is beautifully sculpting for my face, and I've really been enjoying incorporating it into my routine. I feel like this product really does add something to my collection that I didn't really have before. Not that I don't have a billion bronzers, but I don't have one that is quite this sculpting without being super red. So I feel like I made a good choice in bringing this into my collection. And I also just feel like with the Guerlain collection, I picked the pieces that would add something to my collection. Like, I didn't have the meteorites, I didn't have that color story in a quad, and the packaging is beautiful. Obviously, that was a big decision in what I was going to pick up, and just the pieces were more unique and added a little bit more to my collection and to my knowledge of the Guerlain makeup line. So I feel really satisfied with picking that collection up, and I don't feel like adding anything else is really going to add to my collection right now, and I think that's okay. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate how beautiful the Dior collection is. It doesn't mean I don't like the embossing. It doesn't mean I don't still look at the Chanel sequin embossing and go, I would love to have that in my collection. It doesn't mean that I'm not looking at the Westman Atelier sets and go, oh, that would be fun to have, or, you know, Makeup by Mario or Fenty Beauty, any of those, you know, Sephora brands, like all of that would be super fun to have in my collection. But I don't feel like it's adding anything. And the idea of adding something else to my collection right now just makes me exhausted. And I don't want to feel exhausted. I want to enjoy the products that I buy, because I feel like the feeling that makeup gives me should be, whether it's drugstore or Sephora or luxury, should be luxury, because that is why I enjoy putting on makeup. I enjoy creating, whether it's a persona or how I'm feeling, or just a mask against the world if I need to. I'm really happy with the collection that I have right now, and I think that's okay. I know it's not great for a YouTuber, but it's good for me. So I am going to do what is good for me. I'm not going to stop buying makeup. I'm not going to stop making videos. I'm just not going to be using a lot of new stuff, and I think that's okay for me. I'm okay with that. And I hope you are too, but if you're not, that's cool. I'm going to go into my little mini of the Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Stick in Brûlée. Use this as a blush on my skin. Again, this is one of the beautiful things I picked up this year, and I want to use it. I don't want to just skip on to the next thing. And I'm sure there are just as beautiful products out there that are old and new and indie and drugstore and mainstream. That's all out there. And I'm not going to be able to try it all. And I don't have to try it all. And that's okay. I just want to try stuff that is intriguing to me and that I feel like I am comfortable adding to my collection, and that I'm comfortable using and feeling like, yeah, that is something that I can incorporate into my routine at some point. Because doing my makeup every morning is something that I really enjoy sitting down and doing, and it's calming, it's a ritual, it does me good, and I love the way that I am not transformed, but made a more fun version of myself, or a reflection of how I feel on the inside. And I'm going to be using on my cheeks the Chanel Ombre. This is the Ombre Premier Libre, and this is the one in 408 Acacia. And I'm just going to use that on my cheeks today. I think this makes a beautiful glowy blush. I put it on top of the Brûlée from Westman Atelier just to make it stick a little bit and have a little bit more of a base, but I think this is a stunning cheek shade. And I'm glad that I can use the fall single shadows in multiple ways and in ways that work for me. That's a nice deep shade that goes really pretty with the bronze. And then I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I'm working on it, guys. I'm hoping to have this done by the end of the year. This is a really nice finishing powder that, you know, can kind of tame down the blush and the bronze if you're feeling like you went a little bit overboard. But it really is the color that works best for me in the range. And these powders are very soft, very fragile, and it really does. I remember I used a mini of this up in like a little bit over a month. So it really doesn't take much. And so that's the reason I haven't picked up any of the larger holiday palettes, is because this is the one that you would get in that is like the mini size, and I know I would just use it up. And then I just have bronzes and blushes that I would sort of occasionally use, and that I'd have to go and buy another ambient lighting powder. Okay, so I'm going to go for a little bit of a bold lip today, and I'm going to go into the little mini I have of the Rouge Allure Lacque. Now that was one of the products that I was thinking about purchasing from the holiday collection because of this sample, and I really like this formula. And they put out 2 new Rouge Allure Lacques, but they're sort of more metallic. So again, if I get the chance to purchase it, I might purchase the one in gold and beige, but I just want to use the one that I have right now. So and this is just really smooth. And I don't know if that's just because it's the tester, the mini version, but I find like I don't get too much product and I can build it up. But it's just really nice. It's not goopy, it's not drying. And I think it looks really beautiful with a pair of black sunglasses. So, and I don't think it looks bad with this eye look either. I think everything is kind of rose toned with the pretty shade from the Byredo with the cheeks and with the lip. They're all just kind of different gradients of rose. And this is in the color Timeless. It is the number 80. And this thing is so stinking cute. So cute. Okay guys, so this is the finished look using products in my collection that just need more love. And I am so happy with the look. I am so happy with the way putting on makeup makes me feel. And it's not, I said earlier, a mask against the world, and I don't mean that I don't feel pretty without it. It just gives you a persona that perhaps sometimes you don't have. And sometimes I don't wear makeup and I feel just as empowered or just tired. But yeah, I really do want to play with more of the makeup that's in my collection. If I do bring any new pieces into my collection, I feel like it's going to be very intentional from now on. Again, I just spent a lot of money on Chanel when I went to New York City, so I just need to slow down and just appreciate the things that I have. And just because I'm not bringing a new Chanel piece into my makeup collection or my wardrobe every week doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the brand, doesn't mean that I don't know the history of the brand, doesn't mean that I'm not a good customer. I am a very good customer of Chanel this year. I have spent quite many thousands of dollars on Chanel this year. So and that doesn't mean that if you haven't, that you're not a good Chanel customer either, or that you know less about the brand or don't appreciate the brand as much as I do. Absolutely not. I'm here to just share my love of makeup, my love of luxury, my love of drugstore, my love of the things that I love. And I hope that you are also here to share in that. But if you're also just here to see makeup, if you're also just here to see new stuff, that is cool too. And I would like to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would always be deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.